Hey everybody, Livingston here. Today we're jumping into another Twilight Zone episode. This time it's episode 30, A Stop At Willoughby. Came out May 5th, 1960, and it's another episode I haven't seen. It's a little cold here today. It's almost in like the 30s, a little on the freezing side, so that's why I'm wearing this hat. But can't believe we're in episode 30 already. And if you haven't already, please like, share, and subscribe while you're at it, because we're going to continue on to episode 156, and it's going to take us a little time to get there. I'm enjoying the ride. I hope you are too, so don't forget to comment too on the channel, because I'd like to hear your thoughts and your opinions on some of these episodes as we go through. At the end of each season, we're going to actually do a little bit of a top 5 and bottom 5 of every single season, so look for that after I'm finished with this season, which is only like 6 episodes away, so looking forward to that. So let's continue the voyage on to the last season of Twilight Zone and see what this episode's all about.
An area which we call the Twilight Zone.
Wait for it. I love the boom. Tilt down. All right, we're in the city. Nice matte painting in the background there. Some nerves going on.
I want Jake Ross's secretary, please. I'm trying to get him right now, sir.
So who's Mr. Ross?
But we had a conference called here for 2 o'clock. It's now 2:30. Now, where is he? Call Sardi's East or the Colony and tell him to get himself over here in a hurry.
Boy, this guy's all bent out of shape. Must be an important meeting.
Well, where is your protege with the $3 million automobile account?
At any moment, Mr. Probably a big lunch crowd or something.
Don't be an idiot.
$3 million. It's a lot, especially back then.
He's much too young to put on this large and important account.
He's here, sir. Door handles in the middle of the door. Anybody have those in their home? Let me know, comment below. They just seem odd to me to be there.
We have now been here 34 minutes, Mr. Williams.
This is a communication from Jake Ross.
Uh-oh.
This is Jake Ross's resignation.
Oh, no.
He's moving over to another agency.
For what?
And?
And he's taking the automobile account with him. This is as much a shock to me as it is to you, Mr. Misrule.
Don't sit down. Then it was your idea to give it to that little college greenie. Now get with it, Williams. Get with it, boy.
He's not having a good day.
Not only has your pet project backfired, but it's sprouted wings and left the premises. This is a push business, Williams. Push and drive.
You don't delegate responsibilities to little boys. You should know it better than anyone else.
Man.
It's push, 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 away, all the time, right on down the line.
Fat boy, why don't you shut your mouth?
Oh, what'd you say? Just leaves. Probably should have said, sir, I gotta go. You might be fired now. The secretary's heard.
Messages are on the desk. Want anything at all?
Yeah, a sharp razor and a chart of the human anatomy showing where all the arteries are.
God. Maybe we should check on him later, just in case.
This is Gart Williams, age 38. Mr. Gart Williams, ad agency exec, who in just a moment will move into the Twilight Zone.
Well, that's either going to be good or bad for him. Probably bad. 9 times out of 10, it's always a bad ending. I mean, bad as in doesn't end up good for the people involved.
Cold winter this year. Seems to get darker earlier than it ever has.
Well, that's the way of the world. The rich get richer, and the days get shorter.
Well, that hasn't changed.
A push, push, push business. Right on down the line.
That's enough.
God, so in his head. All right, fell asleep. No one woke him up to get off the train, and we're in Willoughby. Seems like a nice place. Seems quaint. Almost as if he's back in the 30s or something. Or even older.
Willoughby! The stop is Willoughby!
Where's Willoughby?
That's Willoughby right outside.
Like specifically.
And look at it outside. The sun is out. It's summer.
That's what she is, mid-July.
Wait a minute. It's November. Where is Willoughby?
That's Willoughby right outside.
Thanks, but be specific, man.
It's 1888,
Okay, I was way off. I was like 50 years off.
where a man can slow down to a walk and live his life full measure.
So what the heck is gonna happen? Why is he back in time? Oh, was it a dream? Okay, it's interesting.
Westport, Saugatuck, next stop. Westport, Saugatuck. Have a good sleep, Mr. Williams?
Not really.
You ever hear of a town called Willoughby?
Willoughby where?
Willoughby, Connecticut, I guess, or Willoughby, New York?
No.
Not on this run. Westport, Saugatuck, next stop. Westport, Saugatuck.
I have a feeling we'll see Willoughby again. It's the name of the episode, so I'm curious what the significance is of Willoughby. She doesn't look happy.
And what are your plans for this evening? Get quietly plastered and then sing old college songs?
Maybe.
She told me he'd been in the meeting with you. You got hysterical or something?
I'm the victim, not them. Take a breath for an outpouring of sympathy.
Would you spare me your little homilies now?
Jeez, not even being sympathetic to his problem.
Did you wreck a career this afternoon? Did you throw away a job?
Mr. L phoned before he left the office. He has found it in that great, oversized heart of his to forgive. The somewhat obese, gracious gentleman will allow...
Jeez. No political correctness in this episode.
That if I were to go to a competitive agency, I might possibly take a lot of business with me.
Go on.
I'm tired, and I'm sick.
Sick and tired.
We specialize in people that are sick. And tired, too, Garth.
Why is she sick and tired?
A husband with a heart, bleeding sensitivity that he unfurls like a flag.
So he comes home, he has to hear it too.
I would prefer, though never asked before, a job at all, where I could be myself. Where I wouldn't have to climb on a stage and go through a masquerade every morning at 9 o'clock.
I bet that exists in 1888, though.
You've tried to make me that person, but that isn't me. That isn't me at all. I'm a not very young, soon to be old, uninspired, average type guy.
Well, there's nothing wrong with that.
And just where would you be if it weren't for my appetite?
I'm guessing Willoughby.
I know where I'd like to be.
Where's that?
Let us know.
A place called Willoughby.
There you go.
Well, tell me about your dream, Garth.
It was summer, very warm. Kids were barefooted. One of them had a fishing pool, bandstand, bicycles, wagons.
This seems quaint, but I feel like the wife's gonna ruin it.
Never seen such serenity. It was the way people must have lived 100 years ago.
80.
You let me know when you wake up, huh, Garth?
No, wait a minute, Janie.
I knew she wouldn't be open-minded.
My miserable, tragic error to get married to a man whose big dream in life is to be Huckleberry Finn.
I mean, that's not a horrible dream. I kind of like that idea. Fishing all day, floating down a river, being a kid, why not?
A time where a man can live his life full measure. What that conductor said. Place where a man can live his life full measure.
I agree, my friend.
Well, I looked it up. Every old timetable I could find. No such place, far as I could see.
Of course not. It was his dream.
Stamford, next stop. Next stop, Stamford. Stamford.
Willoughby. The stop is Willoughby.
So at what point is he going to stay in his dream? I kind of feel like that's coming.
Willoughby?
Yes, sir. Willoughby.
Get off the train. There you go. Nope, he's not getting off. Get off! Get off! He ain't getting off.
Conductor!
Yeah? Fell asleep. Yeah, I have a feeling he's gonna, the third time, which is the rule of 3 when it comes to telling a story, he'll finally get off and stay off and never come back. I have a feeling that's where we're ending it, if there's a next time. You better hope there is.
I'm going to get off at Willoughby. I understand, Mr. Mistral, I understand.
Tomorrow morning, Williams, I want at least a preliminary idea for the show. Details as to how we integrate the commercials within the body of the show.
I understand, Mr. Mistral, I understand. I'll do the best I can.
Just too much for him. Never ends.
Well, I haven't seen the ratings on the show. Oh, hang on a minute, will you? Yes? Hold on just a second. Helen,
Yes?
I'll let you know when I know something.
Mr. Williams.
Can't you see he's on the phone?
Mr. Williams. Mr. Williams. Mr. Misrell.
Just give him a minute.
Push, Williams. Push. Push.
He's gonna break it. Yep. I knew it. I saw it coming. You need to go let off some steam, man.
Will you give me Westport, Connecticut, please? Capital 79899. Janie, I'm coming home. Will you stay there?
Okay.
I just can't take this another day, not another hour.
For your own sanity.
Will you help me, please? Will you please help me?
I think she's giving
Janie.
up on him. Hung up on him. What a witch. A wicked one at that. So is this it? Is this when he's going to finally go to sleep and stay in Willoughby for the rest of his life? Go to sleep. Oh, he's going to force it. He's going to do his best to try to get there.
Stamford, next stop. Next stop, Stamford.
No, doesn't look like he's forcing it, though.
Stop is Willoughby.
Willoughby?
Yes, sir.
Well, he's in Willoughby. He's just saying, I'm done. I'm out.
Hi, Mr. Williams.
Hi, boys.
Oh, they know him, too.
Some big ones today, huh? I think tomorrow I'll join you.
Plenty of room and lots of fish.
He was so afraid the first time, and now he's embracing it. Willoughby.
Hiya, Mr. Williams. Welcome.
Thank you.
Huh.
Just jumped off the train, did he?
Shouted something about Willoughby and ran out to the platform and...
What? Okay.
Doctor says he must have died instantly.
Committed suicide. I mean, they hinted at it at the very beginning of the damn show, but really was just kind of thrown in there, and I didn't think this was leading up to it.
Poor fella.
That's a sad ending. Willoughby and Son Funeral Home.
Maybe it's wishful thinking nestled in a hidden part of a man's mind. Or perhaps for a man like Mr. Gart Williams, it's a place around the bend where he could jump off. Whatever it is.
Jeez.
And is a part of the Twilight Zone.
Well, I gotta say, that was a very good episode. It actually had me thinking that I knew what the ending was going to be until I got to the end, and there were so many hints speculating that he was going to actually commit suicide at some point in this show, but I didn't really see all of it until you get to the end where you see that he has committed suicide. He's jumped off the train and ended his life. So I guess every single time were like thoughts of him just wanting to escape were thoughts of him wanting to just leap off that train and commit suicide. But did he leap off knowing that he was leaping to his death, or did he step off knowing he was actually just stepping into Willoughby? I don't know. Leave that one up to interpretation. I think he was just so mesmerized with the thought of Willoughby, an easier life, and getting away from the hustle and bustle of stuff that, you know, he finally just kind of gave up, and maybe he like sleptwalked off the train thinking he was stepping off into a better place, which, I mean, depending on where you see things on the religious aspect of the spectrum, maybe that's what Willoughby was for him. Maybe it was his heaven, and he finally got the rest that he finally needed, which ends up being an eternal one. But I liked this episode. It was very good. But let's jump into some trivia and see what it took to get this show going. Willoughby, Ohio has a yearly community event involving trains in honor of a stop at Willoughby known as Last Stop Willoughby. That's cool. Rod Serling's favorite first season Twilight Zone episode. I can see that was a very good twist at the end. The train stations called out by the conductor on the 1960 train are real. At the time of the filming, stations such as Stamford and Westward and Sagatuck were stations on the New Haven Railroad. They continue to exist as of August 2015 as stations on the Metro North Railroad. However, present-day maps do mention Sagatuck in the station name. The original draft of the story was considered for the pilot episode of the series, but eventually rejected. It was later rewritten for the end of the season 1 episode. 3 of the songs played by the band in Willoughby, Oh Susanna, Camptown Races, and Beautiful Dreamer, are by Stephen Forrester. Another is Listen to the Mockingbird by Forrester colleague Septimus Winter. The outdoor train station and town square set used for Willoughby are the same ones used for the opening and closing scenes of The Man Who Shot Liberty Valance, 1962, presumably on the MGM Lot 3. This is the first to include the series title in its opening narration. This episode takes place in July 1888 and November 1960. Unlike Martin Sloan in Walking Distance, Willoughby did not represent Gart Williams' own childhood, which would have been in the 1920s, but more something like his grandfather's. The sentiment in both episodes are the same, though. Well, that's it for episode 30. Let me know, comment below what you thought of this episode. Until next time, see you later.